Alright. Alright. How is everyone doing tonight? Good evening. I don't know if I was wearing this on any other stream before, but I'm rocking my Triumph shirt tonight because I did see that tour there earlier this year. Good evening, Glaceon, the Ice-type Pokemon. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is a bit of a sudden kind of, not quite impromptu stream, but, yeah, I think it was last week I streamed Mega Man 3 one of these recent days here, and I'm gonna be hopeful this isn't too... Playing on my Switch 2, not bad. This already feels like it's half, like, out of sync here. I wanna try one thing while we stare at Akechi's mug here. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay. That sounds a little bit better there. Trying to figure out, like, I noticed there was a bit of audio desync here last time. Playing on my Nintendo Switch 2, that's very nice. I do love the Switch 2 quite a lot. Which is not what we're playing today, even though I have played this game on, at least my Switch anyway, that we're playing today. So last time I pointed out we played Rockman 3 for the PS1, which is one of my favorite NES games, well, Mega Man 3 as we know it. And I did not know that several of the Mega Man games were released on PS1, and I bought 3 and 4 because they're like my 2 favorites, so I kind of want to check out Rockman 4 today. See how that goes. Hoping it's not too loud here. If it is, feel free to let me know here. But yeah, we're playing another one of my favorite platformers today. If I may ask, Glaceon, what are you playing on the Switch 2 tonight? Asphalt Legends. That sounds like a racing game to me. Right, I forgot this whole thing was in Japanese here. Beat is also basically not in this game, although I know Beat has some sort of story connection with this game in the next one. Hey, Ringra. Yeah, this soundtrack is very distinct and different from how it was in the... Obviously, this wasn't an NES game, so... I'm just gonna turn this down a smidge here, because I feel like it is maybe a bit too loud. If it's too loud, please let me know here. It's 2 Mega Man X3. Yeah, I think this is kind of like a story recap of the things that have kind of happened up to this point so far. Also, hold on, I'm putting this on screen here. Do I have a text box here? Yeah. see what I'm typing here in a second. Fix that drop shadow there. If I can fix that drop shadow there, I'm gonna actually hit start here. Yeah, it is interesting that this does kind of have a bit of the backstory there. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out one thing with the font here. This will probably work here if I shrink this down here. Sorry in advance, I'm just... Yeah, there we go. There we go. I did stream Mega Man 4 a while ago, and I noted back then, like, I never minded this game, but it does have a lot of flashing lights, so I am gonna kind of advise that. There's kind of two main modes to this. I don't know what this Dr. Light mode is, admittedly. I'm kind of curious. So the PS1 versions of these games, the 8-bit Mega Man games, they have an original mode, and also the Navi mode, which is basically short for navigation mode. This mode has, like, different UI elements and extra assistance and things like that, although it's mostly the same game, or at least Mega Man 3 was almost entirely the same game, just with different UI. I'm curious what this Dr. Light thing is, which is why I'm bringing out my translator thing to see this. Okay, we got... I'm not sure what this... Okay, wait. Power up Mega Man, you can also use the enemy database in Poke Rock Link. I am guessing that's some rough translation there. We're gonna try the Navi mode here. That is probably the most unique and interesting mode in this game here. I'm guessing this will be the one that has the remix soundtrack, which I'm really interested in hearing, because Mega Man 4 is a really killer soundtrack. This intro movie again here, which we just saw, so I'm gonna skip over it. Also, I think I said hi to you, Ringra. Hope you're doing well tonight. Gotta start with the Toad. This is a very freaking different soundtrack. Holy crap, this is different. Ideas for more art projects as usual. Also, the Proctor Art Fest is coming up. Well, hope that's gonna go well for you there. So yeah, Mega Man 4, I mean... I have a lot of history with this game too. It was one of those games I initially heard good things about, and then I didn't really get into it for a long time until, like, Beat's in here. That's a big continuity weird thing with this game, because technically Beat has to do with, like, the story of has... Fire, I forgot all about that. I should be using that a lot more. Yeah, Beat doesn't technically get made until the next game. Some of these snails kind of on the obnoxious side, especially this one here where I have to be wary of water here. Exactly, Ringer, yeah. So, I'll kind of get into the story. Not that there's much story to this game, admittedly, but, like, I'll kind of get into that as it's relevant. I did not move that far forward. That... I'm noticing that the... Maybe it's just the way this is. It's normal now. The audio went really out of sync a lot last time, and I'm not sure if it's just my capture card or this setup here. I have to have a lot of weird stuff when recording the PS3 here, so... Like, I did not move that far right there when doing that there, so... I feel like it's gonna be one of those weirder versions of Mega Man here. Is there anything that, like... Okay, I guess it's for... If you hit... I guess it's hitting select that brings up the talking there, which is also weird that Plinko would be the one saying those things, but it made no less sense that Proto Man was the one giving hints in the last game. Time for one of the easiest and most infamous bosses in video game history here. It's slow and not interesting in the slightest, but really easy as a result of that. Good job. Yeah, I'm really interested to hear a lot of these remixes, because 4 is a really, really great soundtrack, and they amped up that one quite a lot. Mega Man 3 didn't have a remix soundtrack. I'm guessing 1 and 2 probably... Yeah, I don't think 1 and 2 have remix soundtracks either. 5 and 6 do. Got Rain Flush, and... probably Rush... Yeah, Rush Marine. That'll be useful for Dive Man's level, at least. Okay, I just remembered a part of Dive Man's stage that's gonna be really obnoxious, actually. I usually like doing Dustman next, actually. Dustman's also really easy to buster, and I kind of like the robot set I can do after this one, so... This is a lot moodier than it usually is. Sorry, I'm hoping that the game audio is not, like, too loud here. It's really loud in my headphones, and that's why I'm, like, thinking that it might be drowning out my, microphone here, but... Oh god, how's this part gonna work with the... Yeah, this part's not lagging here. Okay. In the NES version of this game, this section lags like hell on high water. It's like one of the most obnoxious parts of that, but there was no lag on that whatsoever, so that's actually pretty neat. I guess I'm also used to playing this on like the Legacy Collection and things like that too. Which, speaking of collections, actually, the PS1, like, Navi modes here were actually also included in the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, which was released on the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. Which I'm guessing is probably where some people would have first played some of these modes here. Like with the distinct HUD bars and things like that. That's what I mean, Ringra, like, so much of this doesn't really make sense when you consider everything else about this game here, but... I jumped there, not slid, but I'll gladly take that. But I was still able to grab the ladder there. Dustman. Health bars are only marginally faster than they once were. Yeah, you can kind of just like jump in place and dodge this guy's attacks here. It's not too bad of a Robot Master to deal with here. Dude, you really have to use your backing attack now. I agree, Ringer. It is funny that, you know, beats in this game considering... Yeah. Also, good evening, Arno. Hope you're having a good evening there. For some reason your message hasn't shown up on my... chat there, but I do see your message there. Okay. Yes, Skullman I think would be next. This is one of the songs I want to hear, because Skullman has such good music here. Yeah, for some reason the YouTube chat's not showing up on my stream preview, but I do see your message there, Arno. Alright, Skullman, one of the best songs in this game here. Let's hope this remix is good. This is like some Mega Man 7-ass, like, version of it here. It's not a bad remix. I kind of like how the song sounds a little bit more in the original, but this isn't bad either. I can hear the X4, yeah. That would have been more appropriate, because this would have came out around that era. I think these PS1 Mega Man games were around, like, 98, 99, I think. So, X4 still would have been the newest X game at the time. X5 wasn't until 2000, so... was the PS1 here. Oh god, how's this gonna work here? I hate this jump. I probably shouldn't even bother, but an energy tank is an energy tank, so... Huh. I shouldn't. Okay. Oh, it's fine. That jump's so harrowing to make. This one I can at least slide. Okay, I was worried I was too early there. I could have really used that one up there. I do like these skeletons you have to hit with the charge shot, but... Alright, let's deal with skulls here. Skullman's not too difficult, though, I don't think. Yeah, he's pretty easy. Even doing him Buster, he's not too bad. He usually stops and gives you quite a bit of time to hit him there, so... Yeah. I've been watching the history of Bomberman called a Bomberman Journey again. Lately I've been... I don't know what I've been watching lately. I'm gonna try Brightman. I kind of hate Brightman's level, but, like, and the boss fight, but... But does the Bomberman history video have, the Bomberman anime that just shamelessly uses the Seinfeld music? It does. That's great. I remember when I Let's Played this way back, like, 15 years ago, this level gave me, like, more trouble than, like, any level in the game for some reason. Like, I think I game overed here, like, 3 or 4 times for some reason. Like, not died, like, straight up game overed. It was not really the most pleasant thing in the world. Down this way because I know I can get a energy tank here. These jumps kind of suck to make back. Actually, I can use Rush Coil for this, can't I? Thing's 8 hours long. Jeez, yeah, that is a long time. I can't talk though. I've watched some stream VODs that are... I don't know why my momentum was just cut there, but okay then. Well, that extra life is for naught there, but the energy tank's nice, so... I've watched some stream VODs that are certainly that long before, so... Oh, shoot. These grasshoppers are so... weird, because, like, sometimes they jump further, and I'm not sure what determines how far they jump. I wish I knew that, but in all my years of playing this, I've never really been sure why sometimes they jump far. Okay, difficult part coming up here. It does honestly, like, thinking about this here, you know, it's like, I brought up my Let's Play of this game, which was, again, 15 years ago. Like, I'm not, like, nostalgically thinking about 2011 right now, but it does make me think a lot of, like, that year was kind of like my, like, kind of this weird transitional year where it was, like, kind of this, like, year between my childhood and my teen years, and, like, I hate fighting Bright Man there. I'm hoping what I did cheesed the fight enough there, because he only does his flashing attack if his health's on, like, a certain, like, divisible by 4 pixels of life there, so if you kind of just shoot him once there, I don't think he'll ever freeze time like that. I think that's how that fight works. It's really weird, but, like, he'll freeze time if you just spam Brain Flush normally without hitting him first, so yeah. But yeah, it was kind of like, you know, it was both, like, the year I started taking YouTube a lot more seriously, but also, like, kind of the last year of my childhood before kind of going into, like, some more, like, I was switching schools, I was, you know, it was the last year my grandmother on my dad's side was alive for, and, like, you know, I saw her for a lot for, like, the first half of the year, and then she just kind of got sick, and that was that. Okay, now I can hear the music, but I'm not sure how to feel about this remix. Okay, now it's actually kind of decent, but okay. I need to get this secret that's over here. The bee. Not the mighty bee, because that show was really cringe, but the bee. Nah, this is the balloon power-up. It's pretty awesome. It's kind of like better item 1 from Mega Man 2. Whoopsie Desert beats the stage theme to me. I don't know what you mean by that. I wasn't paying attention. The original version of this song kicks, like, a lot of ass, but so I'm getting an update that my computer's low on space, which doesn't surprise me too much, but oh, Sage from Warrior Land, Shake It? Okay. The original NES version of this goes really hard as well, but like, this part's actually kind of sick. It's just very takes a bit to kind of get into. Also, this stage gives me serious vibes of, like, the DuckTales game on NES, which I know Capcom also developed. I don't know if anybody else has ever felt that way or not. I still need to get that Disney Afternoon collection. I know it's on the Switch systems now, and I'd really like to get that at some point, but anyways, time for a piss-easy boss fight here. Sorry in advance for the flashing and for just doing this, but... Sorry this is obnoxiously annoying, but welcome to this. Oh, he actually got out of that, huh? You want to see a Darkwing Duck reboot? Wasn't Darkwing Duck in the... Well, it's funny you say that. Wasn't he in the... like, 2017 DuckTales show? I know that was a long time ago now, or... long time ago now. It is, but it isn't in some ways, but... like... I remember reading somewhere that... now I've got your power. Yeah, I remember reading somewhere that Jim Cummings reprised his role as Darkwing sometime around there. I think he was in that. I know what you mean, though, with the whole reboots thing. For what it's worth, DuckTales was good, I thought, but... let's go off to Dive Man now. Rather see him in his own show. I getcha.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Oh, they were planning it before Disney canceled it? Ah. That's unfortunate. Got some whales here. Again, it's not that the remix compositions are bad, they're just different compared to how the NES tunes were. If you want to hear, like, one of the best renditions of this song here, look up the Smash Bros. Mega Man 4 medley, which was done by Sonic composer Jun Senoi. I hate these Manta things here. They're really awkward to hit, and they take more than one hit to defeat. But yeah, the Smash Mega Man 4 medley starts off with this track, and it's like this, Skullman and Drillman's themes. Drillman wouldn't have been one of my ones to pick for this, but it is what it is. Alright. Thank God this will also fully heal me as well, so... get the W. They're looking for a treasure under a big W. I don't know why my YouTube chat is just not showing up there, I mean... I did have to, like, restart my stream earlier, because, this is so technical and makes no sense, and you're gonna wonder why I do this, but, like, whenever I record New Super Mario Bros., I actually end up... I'm actually recording that in, like, a stupidly high resolution, because I'm recording the two screens side by side for the purposes of editing. This is complicated info that no one needs to know. And I accidentally started streaming this in 4K for a minute until I realized that that wasn't working earlier, because no one ever streams in that high of a resolution. Anyways, Dive Man. Didn't mean to slide there. I love the... animation of the Digimon Adventure 2020 reboot, retaining the original art style, but more smoother and cleaner, which American cartoons would take notes of. It's complicated to explain, Ringra. Like, I don't know how else I'd exactly explain it, but... Sorry, I wanted to concentrate on Skullman there. Yeah, it's... Trust me, it's not like I'm upscaling the DS resolution, because I'm not. I'm literally recording from my... this is my capture unit 3DS here. But, like, whenever I'm recording the screens, they're basically enlarged to, like, a 1080p display. This will do Drillman next here. And, basically I'm able to capture both screens at, like, the same big resolutions that whenever I'm editing them, I'm able to switch the screens at will, basically. Like, if I ever need to switch from... New Super Mario Bros. Kind of sometimes changes from the top and bottom screens a lot. It's, you know, it's funny you say, like, about, reboots and, like, newer animation and whatnot, because, like, I've been finding myself watching a lot of, 90s era anime a lot recently. Like, in the last year or so... I knew that was gonna happen. Whatever. Like, the last year or so, I mean, I watched, I watched all of Sailor Moon, the, like, 90s series of Sailor Moon. And by 90s series, I mean the Viz dub that came out, like, in the last decade or so. Because, Viz Media did, like, a dub of that, and... I feel like I've heard so many mixed things on the Viz dub, because it's, like... It's basically not the series people would have grown up with, but it's a lot more accurate to the, you know, the themes of the original anime and whatnot. So... Like, they kept in, like, the whole... Like, all the LGBT themes, and... Even, like, the 5th season of Sailor Moon, like, apparently... never even got dubbed back in the day. Which is a shame, because the 5th season is so good, and yet, like... It just never got dubbed for one reason or another. I'm gonna say screw that one up, I don't really need it anymore. But yeah, it's like, I've been watching through Sailor Moon, and like, I've been watching through Sailor Moon Crystal as well. And... in some ways, like, as clean and new as the animation is in Sailor Moon Crystal, I almost think I like the animation style of the original more in some ways. You know what I don't like are these cannons. Can you... There we go. And, like, one show I've started watching recently, probably because of the news of this getting a remake as well, I started watching, Magic Knight Rayearth recently. These guys are annoying, too. I started watching Magic Knight Rayearth in the last little bit. Which I also quite enjoy. Sucks. Yeah, I usually just use the Rain Flush. For this moment, I thought that that rain was gonna come down a lot sooner than that. I forget if there's been, like, a trailer for the new Magic Knight Grey Earth, but I almost think there is a certain style of, like, older animation that's in some ways nicer, they're more appealing than newer ones, but, like, it really does... I'm not gonna be, like, a boomer and say, like, oh, all old animation is better. But... I need the torpedoes for this. Crazy about fighting drill man, he's not too bad. Okay, why did he suddenly do like more than a quarter of my life in a single hit there? That was kind of on the jank side. 90s anime certainly had a cool vibe to it. It really did. You know, I've been watching a lot of random old anime movies lately as well. Like, I watched Akira for the first time a couple weeks ago. Watched Nausicaa the other, like, a few weeks ago as well. Okay. Thank God, I was about to die there, and I would not have been too happy at that. Why in the world is Ardos, like, Ardos chat? No, like, just the YouTube chat in general, like, not showing up here properly. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure that out. Did make a CN crossover recently with Courage and Ben 10? Nice. Did you share that on Slim's server? I know you shared like a Wild Mutt drawing there recently. That's the one? Nice. Holding Eustace over the river. That's pretty great. Not so stupid dog now after all. Tell you the truth. Yeah, I don't know why it's... I can see the chat on, like, the Stream Elements, like, page, but I'm not seeing it on the stream itself, and I'm not really sure why. I don't think there's something blocking this, like... So I'm just thinking, like, if there's something to... Yeah, it's set up right, and I just don't know, like, why. And, like, yeah, even if I switch to my 16:9 string layout, it doesn't show up there right either. I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. There's a refresh. No, that doesn't seem to do it. Oh. Why did that suddenly work there? Now we can see Ardo on the screen there, and anyone else chatting on YouTube here. I don't know why that didn't work for some reason, but it just didn't for one reason or another. Let's just go off to Ringman here, the Teletubby. I don't know why, for some reason, this ring on his head always made me think of a Teletubby, and I don't know why. This song is starting off very funky. I think I remember when I remember when I, like, rented the Anniversary Collection when I was younger, when I was first kind of getting into these games. For some reason, I remember this being the level I tried in this game whenever I first tried it, and I was not very good at it. Which, to be fair, this is a pretty bad first level to try for this game, admittedly, because Ringman, I think, is probably the hardest of the Robot Masters in the game, so... Now we have the Hungry Hippo. It is nice playing this with a rapid fire, though, I will give it that. Let's get Rings of Saturn here. Alright, where's Flash? I like using Flashman's weapons against these mid-bosses here. I think retro games include comm screens of characters talking about the stage. Made a great parody of how Zelda could be in a modern game. Yeah. It's nice when you can get, like, communication and things like that. Oh hey, I got one up from that. That's very generous of you, game. And I can't select the wire. I almost said wire or broom. No, the wire or balloon from this here. The wire is not all that useful in this game. It's useful for getting up here and, like, virtually nothing else. Well, it's useful for things like that, but... Speaking of Ocarina of Time, I am really, like, both excited and, like, interested for whenever they finally show off, like, more info on the remake of that, because I think there's just so many questions right now, like, on one hand, I find it hard to be excited for a game when there's not much, like, news of it at the moment, but I am also excited about it just because, you know, I do want to know more about what they're doing to that game. Shoot, not where I wanted to do that there. Ah, dang it. I messed the timing up of this. Okay, nope. Can't do that. Barely dodged that. I'm just gonna take the L here because there's no way I'm beating Ringman without taking a hit here. I think this is the hardest of the Robot Masters in this game, so... Freaking Tinky Winky here. Yeah. Get a ring in the face. There's my Pharaoh Shot. Pharaoh Shot's probably the coolest weapon in this game, because it's kind of like a... charge shot that has some really cool abilities here. You can hold it above your head, and then if something hits that while you're still holding on to it, I don't think it consumes any ammo, and then you can fire off a fully charged shot after the fact. And so that is a pretty cool way of dealing with them. And it's a charge shot that can aim in all 8 directions. It's a really, really good weapon. One of the best, I think, in the classic series. Alright, time for Dr. Cossack. Just letting you know, there's a lot of flashing lights in these transition screens. Make that very ominous there. At least there was, I feel like, the last time I streamed this. I did stream this a number of years ago on the Legacy Collection. Some slinkies that take a million freaking hits to deal with. Welcome to Mother Russia. Need these enemies in the pits here. This is like some Castlevania-ass, like, versions of these songs here. I don't want a Snickers ring, bro. I have actually been making, like, a conscious effort to try and lose weight this year, and I think I have succeeded, and correction, I know I have succeeded, because, you know... I hate that jump. I just ate dinner right before I started the stream here, actually, but... I'm trying to remember, like... Great, I haven't weighed myself in like 2 months here, and I probably haven't done that conscious and effort. I kind of just... I wasn't really looking at, like, my weight necessarily, but I did just want to lose, like, a lot of the belly fat I had accumulated over the years. Okay. And, like, I did lose, like, I think it was, like, close to 20 pounds, if not more than that, even, like, since the start of the year, so... Because there was a time where I was, like, above 200 pounds, which I wasn't that happy about. I know that it's probably not that big compared to some people, but it was a weight that I never was in my life. Even above 190 felt big for me, honestly, but, shoot, I'm trying to remember how to do this necessarily. Oh god, no. No, 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 no. I'm probably closer to, like, 185 now, if I had to guess. I haven't weighed myself in a while. Last time I weighed myself, it was around, like, 189, I think, but... do I have Rush Jet here? Just get me up here, please. I have, like, no lives here. I really don't want to lose the boss in this area here, but he's not too bad, I don't think. Stop drinking so much Coca-Cola, my blood sugar just started to spike above 12. Yeah, I feel fortunate that I gave up... I told this story in Pikmin 2, didn't I? I gave up not Coca-Cola. I gave up soda altogether when I was, 14, about to turn 15, I think. So, and that was almost, like, god, that was almost half my life ago now that I haven't had soda. It's like, I can remember distinctly, like, enjoying the taste of soda, but I just gave it up one day, because, I don't know, my dentist told me it was bad for me, and I kind of just believed that, and please be, is this the moth or the weird crushing thing? I think this is the moth. Yeah, this is the moth, okay. I'd like if my attacks could actually hit this thing. Yeah, watch out for these flashing lights here. I'm just warning you in advance. Every boss in this area has them, and I don't really know what to say other than viewer discretion is advised. Kind of thinking of taking just a death here so I can get all my lives back here. But yeah, I gave up soda when I was like 14, almost 15. So I don't really have as much good advice on that, admittedly, other than, like, you know, you kind of start to realize, like, a lot of stuff is... Yeah, I'm just gonna take a death here so I can get my lives back. You kind of start to realize, like, there are better things you can be doing. There's a lot of worse things you can be doing too, I suppose, but... Does this also refill on my weapon ammo? Yes, okay, that's really useful there. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I know I told that story in Pikmin 2 at some point. And I actually, like, I've still really been, like, I genuinely want to do something with the whole, like, challenge mode stages, but, like, I know if I was to do those, like, I know that would be a very long thing to try and record, because there's 30 of them, and I know some people would just maybe record one just to kind of, like, show it off, but I don't know, there's a part of me that almost kind of wants to record them all in a way, but I know that would be, like... I almost feel like that was a Let's Play that not that many people watched, because I know not a lot of people like Pikmin 2, but... I mean, I personally thought it was I was really proud of the way that Let's Play turned out. There's a part of me that really would, like... I think I started a document of this at one point. There was a part of me that really was, like, wanting to do a ranking of every Let's Play and stream that I've done. But that's gonna be such a difficult thing because it's like... One, I'm probably the only person who is qualified to do that in a sense that, like, I'm the one who did all of those. And, like, I feel like eventually it's almost like a... like, 40-way tie for the stuff in the middle places. Like, it's kind of like when I did the ranking of all the Kirby episodes, where I'm like, you know, I know what my favorites are, I know what my least favorites are, and then, like, here's, like, a, like, 40-way tie for, like, the middle stuff, basically. I feel like my Let's Plays would be kind of the same way. Like, I know what would obviously be near the top as far as, like, the, you know, the fan-favorite Let's Plays and the ones that everyone likes, but, I mean, I'm sure there's probably some stuff I'd rank high that, like, no one would think about. I remember really liking my old Let's Play of this game, although I haven't seen it in years, admittedly. But that's a case of also just really liking this game a lot, too. Time for this weird-ass boss. I'm gonna switch to the toss pressure here in a second. Also, again, the screen flashes a lot in this fight, so... I have 4 E-tanks. I'm probably not gonna be as, like, cautious about, like, saving those here, because I know you need a lot of them for... this in only, like, one more hit here. Shit! Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I barely used any Dust Crusher there, at least, so that's a plus. Why am I back here? Oh my god, these levels don't have checkpoints. Are you serious? Ugh. Do I have Rush Jet still? Yeah, I do. Okay. I kind of didn't realize that about the levels here. I have to do the... Oh god, yeah, I'm really far back. Okay, oh, and I'm not as far back. I thought I had to do, like, that really tall room with these jumps here, but I guess not. Yeah, it's like, I'd probably be able to think of, like, I know what my, like, favorite Let's Plays that I've done are. I mean... Obviously, you know, I'm kind of the one who's done those, but, I'm sure I know what, like, the fan favorites that, like, the viewers would probably pick, but I mean, I know there's probably a lot of people that are like, I don't like you playing Metroid Fusion, I'm just gonna pick a game that I really like that I know had kind of low viewership. Also, I didn't know I could hit the L2 and R2 to switch to those brush items there. That's would have been useful to know before, but... I really liked Let's Play Metroid Fusion, for the record. It's just also, I know it's not, like, one of those more popular games. I'm not even sure who that is, admittedly, Ringra, but admittedly, I haven't watched much of the Pokemon anime in a long time, so... Oh, I'm curious how this song's gonna go here, too. This is heavily out of sync here, let me... This is another fan-favorite song here. I always associate this song with, if anyone who knows what the program Zelda Classic is, it's like a fan editor for the original Zelda. And someone made a Mega Man-themed quest, basically. And this was like the overworld song, or at least like the original version of this was. Have you heard of this is an old-ass quest, there's a quest called, Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, not to be confused with the Game Boy title of the same name, but... That was, quest that used... I mean, it used a lot of stuff, admittedly, like, I also remember, like, half the tile sets being ripped from Chrono Trigger, which, funny enough, is what Ardo's been streaming there recently, so... Chrono Trigger was another fun game to stream through. This is such a weird tangent for me, but, like, a thing that's, like, kind of upsetting to me is weird. This is a really weird thing, but, there's, I have a hard time looking back at my streams from, like, 2021, early 2022 era, because, in a lot of, like, my Chrono Trigger streams and some of my, like, streams from back then, one of my shirts that I really, really loved was, my old Con Bravo shirt, and I have no idea where the hell that ended up. That seems to have gotten misplaced. And I hate saying that because Con Bravo, like, 1 doesn't even exist anymore, unfortunately. Where is Solar? There we go. And it's, like, really bittersweet for me to look back at some of those old streams, because I'm like, I really want to find that shirt again, and I have no idea where I unfortunately misplaced it. This fight's kind of annoying. I didn't slide! Come on! I did not slide! Time to go through an auto-scroller again. Yeah, I didn't use up any ammo off that first solar charge shot there, thankfully. Yeah, that's... I know I'm seen wearing it in a couple of, like, the Con Bravo, or not Con Bravo, the Chrono Trigger streams I did, like, a few years back, and it's strange for me, because, like, I really don't know where that would have ended up, and to me, it's like, that isn't that long ago, so I don't know where... It's probably somewhere in this room, you know, I feel like I've searched, like, all over for this freaking thing, but... And yes, I'm aware I can aim this thing in multiple directions, but... Like that. If I had died to taking a hit from that, I would have been pissed, but thankfully I had a lot of health there. But yeah, I do really love Chrono Trigger, though. I'd say I'm probably due to revisit that again sometime soon, but I actually replayed that this year. Hear this amazing song again. Games you know from Zelda Classic are Origin, Isle of the Winds, Hidden Duality, End of Time DX, Link to the Heavens, Light of the Heavens DX, and Dawn to Twilight. Isle of the Winds is the only one of those that I'm remotely familiar with because I watched Picked Up on a Bus play that like a long time ago. By that I mean like 10 years ago. Which doesn't really feel that long ago to me in some respects. I was trying to get the ammo for the other things there. It was a bit of a failure there. Not that. Oh, I think I actually got rid of that enemy there. I didn't want to really use the Dust Crusher there, but that thing is quite a powerful weapon indeed. I like how Beat's pointing to this direction here. I once tried to make a Zelda Classic quest a long time ago, but never got that far. Game development's always something that I am interested in, but, like, I know it's so much work that it's almost daunting to me in a way. Like, it is a mad respect thing for anyone who can do that. I've had a lot of ideas, I guess I should say, but I almost feel like I'm borderline too ambitious with most of my ideas, so... Yeah, for sure. Alright, time to fight Dr. Cossack. Yeah, we're totally at the final boss here, boys. Totally fighting Dr. Cossack. This also is not the weapon I usually use for this fight. It's the Dust Crusher. Shoot! Let me jump here, game. Yeah, I'm using an energy tank here. That did way too many. I took way too much damage there. Oh my god, I'm trying to... He's like sliding when I don't want him to, and jumping when I don't want to either. Let's finish him off. No. It sounds silly. For a long time, I didn't realize this was supposed to be, like, a winter hat. I thought it was, like, a... like, hollow light bulb that was on her head. I also didn't realize that Kalinka was human for the longest time, either. And that's what you get for playing this on something like the Wii Virtual Console or an emulator without knowing the source material or the backstory or whatnot. I find it interesting this game has, like, kind of a story arc, but, like, the opening of the game doesn't really demonstrate that. It kind of hints that more towards, like, a backstory or origin story, almost. But, yep, Wily was really behind it. He kidnapped, Dr. Cossack's daughter and held her hostage, and Cossack was designing these robots for him, I think. That's kind of what Ringrow was mentioning earlier, and I know Ardo knows this too, and you were even the one who told me this before, Ardo, but Beat was designed by Cossack as like a apology of sorts, because he's not evil, he was just being forced to work under Wily. This stage is long and very obnoxious. Because it's Meteor City. Cossack and Polka do have playable appearance in one of the Japanese-only spin-off games. Interesting. Which one would that be? I'm curious. Oh my god, this stupid Meteor here. Can you get lost here? I know there's a lot of weird spin-offs, like, I know people are yearning for, like, a Legends collection at some point, which I feel like is only a matter of time. I'm thinking that Capcom's gonna probably do something stupid, like a Mega Man weird spin-offs Legacy collection, like, trademark this here, like, both versions of Mega Man and Bass, even though no one wants to play the GBA version of that, Mega Man Battle and Chase, Mega Man, the Mega Man soccer game for Super Nintendo, like, it's a Fortune Street-like game? Gotcha. You know, actually, speaking of Fortune Street, not Fortune Street specifically, but, I was looking through my Steam library the other day, and I kind of forgot that I bought this game, I think it's called Millionaire Road. It was, like, I think it was supposed to be, like, Bandai Namco's, like, attempt at a Fortune Street-like game, but, unfortunately it got delisted, like, last year. That's kind of why I bought it anyway, just because I knew it was getting delisted. And it's unfortunate that's kind of a game that you can't get anymore. I'm just using the jet for this. I'm not bothering with this the normal way here. They do that, I'll give them number 1, but not the number 1 you're thinking of. Oh, Legacy Collection, yeah. It's weird when you said that. My first thought is like number 1 from Kids Next Door, but that's a show I haven't seen in a long time. I'm the first person to admit this. I was never really, like, a Cartoon Network kid, and also, I'm a Canadian, so, like, it technically wasn't even Cartoon Network. It was the shows that were, for the most part, on, Teletoon. A few of them, I think, ended up on YTV, actually. Like, I know Teen Titans was on YTV, which is strange. That'd be like saying Teen Titans was on Nick, basically, the equivalent of saying that, but, yeah, like, Kids Next Door is kind of like the only, like, cartoon I honestly would say I have much, like, memory of watching when I was younger. Also, this fight's obnoxious as hell. I forget, does the Pharaoh Flash work on this guy? Something wants me to say yes and something wants me to say no, but, like, I'm gonna try it, I guess. Yeah, I've heard about the Teasel thing there. I don't really want to get too into that there, but... Nope, you're not immune to the Flash there. That's... This is just one of those bosses I never, ever, ever like fighting here. I have memories of, at one point, beating, Mega Man 4 without using an energy tank. And looking back on it, I'm like, when and how the hell did I do this? Because, like, I have no memory of, like, how I would have done that other than just spamming lives, but... No, I get what you mean there, Ringer. I know exactly what you're talking about there, but... That's a fair point. I've said this before many times, but, like... Whenever I see people say that they want, like, a remaster or a remake of, The Simpsons Hit and Run, I want that, and I'm gonna be the first to admit that. Hit and Run's a great Simpsons game, but, I'm gonna say I strongly don't think that's ever gonna happen. Because, and I know I've said this before, but, Apu is kind of a main character in Simpsons Hit and Run. In a way that's not glaring there, but yeah, he's literally on the back of the box there as well. Like, I don't see any way that they're ever gonna release this in, like, the current, like, state of The Simpsons. And not saying that that's, like, you know, I get why, but it's also, like, I just can't see it, basically. And I'm not saying they would need to even get, like, you know, Hank Azaria to do any more voice lines or anything like that. Like, I'd be fine if they just reused, like, a lot of all the same audio from the old game, but... And I think most people probably want that, but I don't even see them doing that, admittedly. So... I could be wrong. I would like to be proven wrong. I just don't see it. Randomly cursed thought that I know I've said this many a time before, but you know what we haven't had on the Switch Online in forever? A new caveman game on the Super Nintendo Online. Do you guys remember, I'm sure Arno would, do you guys remember when there was, like, a new caveman game added to the Super Nintendo, like, Switch Online service, like, every other, like, update, it felt like? It's like, there was like Prehistoric Man, Joe and Mac 2, and Congo's Caper, I think. There's at least 4 of those in like 4 separate updates. I'm trying to remember this boss. I think this is the one that's weak to the ring boomer here. Yeah, this one's weak to the ring here. Also, another sprite that was in Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, that Zelda Classic Quest. This is like a custom boss in that. crazy about this boss fight. I need to heal big time here. Thankfully, I have more energy tanks than I know what to do with here. I probably only took like one hit after that, but I mean, I still needed to heal there. And this flashing, like, stop, seriously. Okay, this is like another peak song right here. I'm really curious how the remix is gonna sound here. It's like, it's not as in your face. It's very synthy. The original's like one of the most bombastic in your face, like, NES rock tracks that you would get. '70s cops, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I was gonna say, weirdly enough, like, it's almost giving me, like, Sailor Moon vibes in a way. Funky Cops, you could say, yeah. God, that's a... Were you aware of that show before I told you about that? Because, like, I feel like that's one of those shows that I've been aware of, yet, like, that's, like, one of those shows nobody freaking ever remembers or talks about. And unironically, I like Funky Cops quite a bit. Like, no joke, Funky Cops, I think, is a kind of hidden gem there. I'm pretty sure most, like, it's weird with Funky Cops, because, like, there's two different dubs of it. There was one that was, like, by 4Kids, and then it's a French show done by the same people who did Code Lyoko, I believe. And like that show, it also had, like, a English dub done by a French team, and also, like, a separate, like, French dub, I think, presumably, as well. And that's the one that's, like, commonly accessible, and I know it's, like, all on YouTube and whatnot, but the only thing I think that's mostly surviving of the 4Kids dub, I think, is that the opening I know you can still find on YouTube, because it's on the... It was included in the Fight for the Foxbox special, which I know I bring up all the freaking time sometimes. Both openings are great. They both go really, really hard, but, like... I think it is unironically one of the best openings 4Kids ever did. I know I did a ranking of, like, all the 4Kids openings, or, like, a tier list of that at one point. I kind of want to look back at that and see what I still think of that. If I can even find my ranking of that. Skullman's pretty easy. He always fires in, like, 3 shots, jumps, puts up his shield, and then... I don't think he'll ever, like, run directly into you. You can always kind of jump over him there and then get away from him fast enough to shoot at him there. Like, maybe if you're in the corner like that, he'll shoot at you, but... or he'll run into you, but... Oh, shoot! Oh, thank God. I know you find it surreal to see Alita in 2D, yeah. I like that you can still slide through this bottom freaking door here. Admittedly, Code Lyoko is one of those shows that, like, I just never really grew up with, so... Though, weirdly enough, like, I know Code Lyoko's from, like, the early to mid-2000s. Is it weird that I always think of it as, like, a late 2000s show? Like, that's always when I used to see it, like, talked about more on, like, you know, I wasn't really a Cartoon Network kid, but, like, I followed it enough in, like, 2008, 2009, like, when Pokemon Diamond and Pearl was still new. I'm not gonna waste drills on this. This fight's piss easy enough as it is. Like, I just remember associating Code Lyoko more with kind of that era of, like, when, like, the Diamond and Pearl anime was still new. I think it was pretty obscure to a lot of people. Was it not on Cartoon Network at one point, though, in, like, the mid to late 2000s, or... I at least remember seeing it around, or at least discussed back then. I didn't really know much of anything about it, but then again, I'm also the weird person who knows what Funky Cops was, so... Is this Ringman, or... Oh no, Dustman. I remember around the time Pokemon Advance was out. Yeah, that would make more sense. I always think of it more as a late 2000s show. I don't know if that's just because, like, when I saw it on, like, Cartoon Network or something, but, like... Or, like, in that era of YouTube, maybe, but... One of these is Ringman, is it? Ringman has a really easy weakness, but, like, he is easily still the hardest robot master in the game, though, so... I have a million energy tanks, I don't need to worry too much, I don't think. Get out of here, dude. Who's left? I think it's Brightman, actually. Well... Or sorry, Pharaoh Man, who's weak to Brightman's weapon here. Sorry in advance, yet again, here. Probably didn't need to be mashing there, but, like, I didn't really trust the whole, I just didn't really trust it, given that, like, he was able to break out of that before. Okay, Wily. Pretty sure you can stand, like, near this version of Wily here, and he can never hit you if you just kind of stand here. I don't like the second phase of this, admittedly. Because I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have been hit by that. I don't care what anybody says. Pretty sure this phase can only be hit by the drill, I think. And correction, the explosion of the drill. I'm not crazy about that. If it wasn't a complete soft lock here, I'll point this out here, and actually I don't have ammo for it anyway. If you use Toadman's weapon right here when Wily's flying, you just kill him and permanently soft lock the game. It's freaking great. I would love to show that off if it didn't involve me having to redo everything up to this point again. Because, like, I don't think there's any, like, saving this far in the game, but... Yeah, that is something you can do, and it's really funny if you do that. And by funny, I mean awful, but also funny because you do kill Wily that way. I think I just need Pharaoh Shot for this last bit here. I mean, I know we have some of these guys. take that. I'd like to get more weapon ammo here, admittedly. That's what I need there. Should be good now, I think. Some health might be nice. Also aware this is heavily out of sync here. I got a bunch of lives here at least, but... this is pretty much all this fight is here, is just pray he spawns above you there. Yeah, you can... Oh, no. Don't do anything there. Did not mean to hit the PlayStation menu there. If you hit him with this ball above your head here, it doesn't use up any weapon ammo. You can just pause and unpause. Just order a bunch of large pizzas, not bad. I feel like I can take another hit, I just don't trust it there. I don't need to be pausing here, but again, it saves weapon ammo here, and he's dead. And I didn't need to use that energy tank, but whatever, I had way too many of those to begin with. Time for the cop-out ending, but... Wiley's gonna escape in a trap door here, and we gotta fork over our 20s in another few months for Mega Man 5. It is kind of a stupid ending, I'll be the first to admit that. I don't hate it, though. Like, again, I feel like this game does too many good things for me. Like, I really do love this game a lot. There was a time where I wasn't sure between this or Mega Man 3, which one's my favorite of the classic Mega Man games, but both are really up there. I've also just been playing both these games for a long time, though. This is some... Okay, I know it's just me saying this because of piano, but this is like some Diamond and Pearl-ass music right here. A bit more synth-heavy, but still. I very much think of Sinnoh when I hear the pianos. Yeah, no, I really like Mega Man 4 a lot as a game. I think it's legitimately one of my favorites in the classic series. I think 3 is, like, a more fun game for me to speedrun. Because, like, 3 is easier, and I think, like, fun to just blast through as a result of that. I do have to try harder with 4, but I just find 4 really, really fun at the same time. Like, I like how much more cinematic 4 is as a game. The music rocks in this game. It is one of the best, like, soundtracks in the classic series. Ojolin and Bun Bun, you guys did really good. Karo-chan. Reminder, I need to get back to watching Sergeant Frog again. I was gonna say, is this not like a remix of the Mega Man 2 theme here? Like, yeah, it is. Just goes for a very... I don't know, whenever I think of this kind of like 90s ass EDM, I always think of, yes. I always think of this game, Robotron 64. I don't know if you've ever played or heard of this, but very, very arcadey game. It's just like a very arcade, like, shooting game, running around in arenas and just shooting stuff. Yeah, no, Mega Man 4's, like, legit, I think, one of my favorites of the classic series. There was a time back in, like, 2009 or so, this was one of those games I used to play all the time. This is going really far back here. I might have even mentioned this last time I streamed this game. I don't know if anyone remembers this. Does anyone remember when Nintendo charged, like, $5 for the internet channel on the Wii? Does anyone remember those days? Because I do. And... now we get another credits song here. So I did buy the internet channel back then, like, God, like almost 20 years ago. Probably in like 2007 or 8 when I bought that. It was definitely 2008 now that I think about it. Yeah, because I remember the first couple games I got on the Wii. Actually, it might have been 07. I know the first, like, Virtual Console games I bought were both, Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past, which people would argue are the same game anyway, but, and I remember by the end of 07, I bought, with Christmas money that year, I got, Mario 3, Paper Mario 64, and I think, yeah, the internet channel probably was one of those, like, other things I got with that, like, $20 as well, because that was when, like, they had the 2,000 point cards, basically. So, basically what I'm getting at with this here is, if anyone remembers the internet channel, there was a time in, like, 2009 or so when they announced that, like, yeah, it was stupid of us to charge $5 for this. Anyone who bought the internet channel for $5 is going to be eligible for a free NES game, pretty much. So, I remember this was what I wanted to buy with that, but this wasn't on the Virtual Console at the time. There was this weird era where, like, they were really slow to release the Mega Man games on the Virtual Console. Like, 1, 2, and 3 were put on there pretty quickly, and then 4 wasn't put on until... oh, God, I don't remember it. I want to say, like, 2010 sometime, maybe? I honestly don't remember. I don't even know if Mega Man 6 was ever on the Wii Virtual Console. It was on the Wii U and it was on the 3DS. I don't think Mega Man 6 was ever on the Wii. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, yeah, I don't remember that. But, yeah, eventually, I didn't end up using that free game on this. I ended up buying, I think it was Yoshi on NES, which is, you know, a very basic-ass game, puzzle game. I didn't get a chance to read what that text said. Actually, I could view that, though. What does that text say? Congratulations on clearing everything. Here's a present for you. A mission mode has been added to the mode select screen. Make sure to save an options Dr. Light's Laboratory. And my controller just kind of shut off in the middle of all that. Beat, you are not in this game. Stop showing up in the promo of this year. Okay, that's the mission mode there. We need to save here. If I can... This is the save button here. There we go. I think this is the mission mode that we got here. I'm trying to translate this with... Yeah, do you want to complete the special mission? Is this just like doing bosses or doing like certain little challenges here and there? I might do a couple of these. I don't like this. Why am I back in this god-awful level here? But yeah, so I didn't end up, like, I didn't get Mega Man 4 as, like, that free game, quote-unquote, because, Mega Man 4 wasn't out on the Virtual Console at that time, even though it was what I initially wanted to use that on. Because I was playing a lot of this game on, like, an emulator at that time, and I was, like, really, really into it. And so... Good evening, Monkey and Dragon. I am probably gonna... I was about to say I'm probably gonna die here, but that wasn't the way I was expecting to die. I didn't mean to try that again. Well, I can give this another shot. But, yeah, that was basically my experience with, well, sort of my experience with that. I really wanted to Let's Play this game, which is weird because back then, you know, I hadn't done any other Mega Man game. I didn't do 1, 2, or 3 at the time. And I wouldn't do those until, well, Mega Man 3 I did at some point as well, because I really liked that. But, like, 1 and 2 I never Let's Played until I actually did the Wily Wars a few years ago, and that was after my, like, post-retirement comeback. Because, yeah, I was kind of just playing the Mega Man games I liked rather than, like, you know, what I thought would make for doing things chronologically, because I really didn't want to play Mega Man 1 or 2 all that much. Oh shoot, I have to probably do this boss fight too. Well, give me this if I need it. Do this fight here. This fight's awful. I hate fighting this freaking boss here. I know I've slit... A regular Meteor should not have done 4 units of life there. That is some dumb stuff there. Well, I'll have to do the first mission to be able to do that. That's kind of annoying. I'm just gonna see whatever this Dr. Light thing is here. Is this just like tutorials or something here? Or... I think this is just like a enemy bestiary, but... Are these like hyper jump, energy saver, high bar shot, hyper charge? Are these actual like power-ups you can enable in this here? I did not know this game had... I need to see this here. Does this actually have, like... Hold on, I want to start this up here just to see if, like... I actually have these, like, upgrades here. Because I did not know this added, like, power-ups and things like that, like modifiers. That's really cool if that's the case. Skullman, I guess, just because I want to rock out here and I don't want to do Toadman again. Does this actually have, like, new power-ups here? I mean... I'm not really noticing much in the difference of, like, the ones I have equipped right now, but, like... So apparently I have, like, a hypercharge shot and... It's weird to think of, like, hypercharge shot and high bar shot. I'm not really sure what the difference is with those there. I have to try and fight, like, Skullman with this just to see here. I don't feel like my damage is any different here. I do feel like I am shooting quite a bit faster, even like my normal shots are traveling faster. I'm always hesitant on that stupid freaking jump there, but... Let's see how much different Skullman is here. I just want to try and see if these power-ups do, like, any substantial damage differences here. Not really, but one of them does definitely feel faster there. And I still die to that anyways. It's, something. really hope this capture card going out of sync is only some weird quirk with the PS3 here. 'Cause, yeah, there's part of me that almost wants to grab my Switch too and just kind of stream something else in the meantime.
You know what? I have an idea. I have an idea for
some Mega Man related shenanigans we can do here. To kind of close off the night here. So yeah, this was Mega Man 4, or sorry, Rockman 4 on the PlayStation. I kind of want to stream one more thing here, but we'll give it a second here. Also, hi, Akechi. I really love this background, but not who I'm gonna be seeing here. I forgot. Sorry, I always forget this also has like a lot of the changes to like the menu UI is just the Persona music as well, or the sounds as well. So I guess I sometimes forget Persona 5 is on PS3, but yeah, I want to try one more thing here. And I just want to test some stuff with the Elgato here, and while I'm in a Mega Man mood, I feel like I'm going to load up something on the Switch too. And I think you might know exactly what game I'm talking about. It's Marvel time, baby. Since we were talking about Mega Man Legends here earlier, I think it's only fitting that we show some love here with a bunch of characters that I never use in this game, so this is probably really loud. I'm gonna turn this down a smidge here. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit here, just because, again, if I'm gonna be playing as certain characters that I'm probably not all that good with, so let's play some Marvel 2. Again, this is just going to be a test here. Again, like, some stuff with my new setup has changed here. I want to test and hope that this doesn't go out of sync here, but remember when, like, arcade games were good? Ruby Heart is such a bae, and they never do anything with her in this series ever before or since. It's so strange to me that they made her, like, a complete OC for this game. It's ready to go for a ride. Nah, we were gonna do a... Let's get... Mega Man... I don't know what are the good assists for half these characters here. There you are, Tron. I don't know what her good assist is. I know Tron's good for something in this, and I guess I'll take Servbot. Anti-air, I guess. I know the Servbot's not good in this game whatsoever, but that's the joy of joke characters. Every time I play this game, it always starts with Cammy, Charlie, and Venom here, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know if... I feel like in, like, the 100 times I've played the... and all the times I've played, played this game here, it's maybe once only ever given me a fight that's not Cammy, Venom, and Charlie to start this off here. Miss Tron! I know I really need to play the Legends games. I did buy them on the PlayStation Store before that went offline here, but... Ow! Ow. Ow. This is not my usual team, if that's not obvious. I usually almost never use the Mega Man characters in this here. I find that so weird that Mega Man has to do that weird, like, taunt, basically, but... Sorry, Cammy, you just got hit by a squeaky hammer there. I'm amazed I win by a timeout there, but sure, we'll take it. Alright. Storm, Dhalsim, and Juggernaut. Yeah, I feel like this team is almost a bit... like, my team is almost a bit, like, not in a fair fight here. Like, Mega Man characters are pretty strong in universe, but, like, compared to the goddamn Juggernaut bitch and, like, girl who can literally control the weather and stuff, like, I feel like this is kind of a one-sided fight here. And Dhalsim's also just Dhalsim. Ah, that would have been sick if that hit there, but... yeah, this is a fair fight. Okay, so Storm can die to fire, that's, good to know there. My Cerebot just got crushed by a giant invincible superhuman, good to know. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me there. I'm trying to remember how to do the, like... yeah, I'm not freaking winning this at this rate here. I know some people can... yeah, there's no way in heck I'm winning this here. I will say this, it does seem like this hasn't been going out of sync in any way, so that does make me feel good that it might have just been the PS3 in a way. I'm sorry, Tron. I do. I know I was gonna use the Mega Man team, but let me use some characters that I'm actually good with here. I think I will throw Tron back in here just because I don't really use her too often, and... yeah, I'm gonna take BB Hood here. Marrow... Gambit and, Felicia. I was blanking on the names there, but... Definitely not, like, original with the characters I like, and well... I don't think BB Hood's actually that good in this game. I just like BB Hood for some reason. It's just funny to me. Ah, that was a whiff there. Ow. Gambit's just like, dude, what are you trying to do here? Can you stop freaking trying to get a different character out here, dude? I mean, I get what you're trying to do here, but also can you, like, stop there? That was kind of cool. Ow. Tron, what are your other supers there? I hate that I'm whiffing that 1.5 million times over there, but... Okay, I think I should still win this here, I think. Especially if that lands there, okay. Cable has most of the health I need there at that point.
Tosse.
I didn't do good that round either, okay. Tron, Amingo, and Acaris, I think. Tron's just having a mirror match here. I really do love this game a lot, though. I'm so glad that, like, the Marvel vs. Capcom collections came back. It's hard to believe that, like, that was, like, 2 years ago now when that, like, Direct happened. Like, that was a really, really, like, crazy... like, Direct, in a way. Like, that was, like, the same one that had, like... I think Echoes of Wisdom was announced in that, and, like, Mario and Luigi Brothership, I think, was announced in that. It ended with, like, a first look at Prime 4, which was a big deal at the time. I know a lot of people don't really like Prime 4 nowadays. I always feel weird with Prime 4 in a way. Like, I know this is such a weird thing. It's like... I can definitely acknowledge it as having a lot of problems, but, like, I can't... like, hate it at the same time either, just because, you know, at its core, it is still a game that or, like, a game in a franchise I do really like. Cable, you're about to be smacked. Here's a mirror match. Oh, damn. That's what I like about BB Hood there, is her super with all the hunters there. That just shreds enemies if you can get that off. Dan, Juggernaut, and Cyclops. One of these is not like the other. Yeah, it's good that this test seems like it is working well here. Who's ready to see Tom from the Sonic movies blasting a giant laser in Avengers Doomsday here? Here's how you do a real optic blast here, dude. Uh-oh. No, you're not doing that today here, dude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All of that's super when you can land it there. Which I can't, apparently. Dan, you suck. No offense. Oh, sorry, Tron. Oh, that... Damn it, Scott. Damn it, Scott. Damn it! Please win. Really? Come on. Oh well. We tried. This is kind of just a little test here to kind of demonstrate some stuff with the new stream setup, but it does seem like the capture card is well here, but seems like streaming from the PS3 does have some weird amount of input lag, which I'm not surprised given that it's going through like a weird splitter and some other weird stuff. I'm honestly not surprised, but yeah. It was fun going back through, like, you know, Rockman 4 is good, the Mega Man, or the Marvel vs. Capcom collection's really good. Yeah, with all of that being said, I think we are probably going to call it there. No one I follow is really live on Twitch at the moment. Thanks again for everyone who showed up here tonight. Ringra, Ardo, Glaceon earlier, Monkey and Dragon. Thanks everyone for kind of tuning in tonight. I don't think anyone I follow is streaming at the moment, but... I know earlier I was kind of like wanting to check my 4Kids like tier list there, or the openings tier list, but we can do that another time, I think. I think I'm just gonna call it there. Thanks everyone for kind of tuning in tonight. Hope everyone's been having a great night here. And yeah, next time, whenever that is, I'm not honestly sure what we're gonna play, but we'll find something to play, I'm sure. And yeah, I will see you guys then. Have yourselves a great night. This week I will be uploading more New Super Mario Bros. To YouTube, so yeah, that should be the main story of that I think should be wrapping up here this week actually. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Have yourselves a great day and peace.